Hi guys, I'm Dow King, and I believe that DeFi is dead. I think it's actually official for the most part. What I'm seeing out here is actually really bad. I'm going to get into some numbers with you guys real quick, and you got to be careful. There was a bunch of rug pulls today and issues today on some other networks, which we're going to show you this chart. Look at this chart, guys. Okay, 10 cents. This thing had $28 million in liquidity. It went down to 25,000. It's like that guy that said, "Oh no, yeah, that happened." Here, these people and a couple people in my own community on Discord were in it. Trying to do some stuff to help them out because they put it somewhere where maybe we know the devs, we can help them out, but it is tough out here. So we're going to talk about this, but I've realized right now that DeFi is dead, and there's a main reason for that. When I used to do a video back in the day, 500 views was a joke. For even when I first started, when I had no one following me, I used to get 1,000 views on any video. And that was because the market was so much better. Now I got 7,000 subs. I can't even generate anything. And it's just not me. It's all the YouTubers. A lot of YouTubers have actually completely left DeFi. They're starting other channels or doing other stuff because there is no money in it at all. I've noticed a lot of them have just completely stopped. So, the reality is this. DeFi is not coming back. If you're a DeFi YouTuber out here, that's what it is. You just got to deal with it. Now, this is a joke. And when I realized, I've known for a while it's a joke, but this is when I really realized it's a joke. When we had where it's under live, where we had David from Titano and on-chain, explosive. And I knew it wasn't going to get a lot of views. I kind of did it for the people. And it's also just fun, right? The end of the day, this thing got 750 views. This would have been a 6,000 to 7,000 views over a year ago. So you think about it, the number of views have gone down 90%, 80 to 90%, which is very, very typical in this market. Jonathan Sellers, his videos used to get, if you looked at his channel, anywhere from 2,000 to 8,000 views. Now he's around 1,000 views or less. He's got videos where he's only 500, 600 views. It's happening to everyone out there. It's just what it is. Daniel Prado can't, he's the man. Thousands of people follow this guy. And that's it. That's all he generates. This is what is going on. I've noticed this trend, but this is where it's all coming from, where a lot of people, and I keep saying on my own community, I keep telling them DeFi is dead. And this is mainly why. Crypto hacks and exploits cost traders $303 million in July, the worst month of 2023. Think about that. No one's going to come into DeFi if this is what's going on. It's a disaster. I'm going to show you guys some more numbers. $52 million of assets were siphoned on Curve Finance, which is supposedly the gold standard. That's the gold standard. So the gold standard's getting hacked. What do you think is going to happen to all the other ones? Remember multi-chain, another $125 million? All of this starts to stack up. All of these exploits, and it's all through here and all the websites and all the hacks. And, the community out here in DeFi isn't that big. So what happens is you start to lose confidence in DeFi. And I'm going to show you some other numbers, and you can see all the hacks, multi-chain, Viper. I can't read all this, a little bit smaller. You can look at it on Certic's Twitter. You can look at it. Multi-chain, 125 million. I don't know who this is. Alpha PO, 60 million. Viper, 52 million. CoinPay, 37 million. Poly Network, 4.3 million. Guys, there's not enough money in the system, and this is what you got to look at. This is why DeFi is dead, and it's not coming back for a while. There's $41 billion in all of DeFi, but however, if you look at the top TVL, Lido is the number one with 14 million. To me, it's not really necessarily a DeFi project. It's not high yielding one, at least not in the degen space in any way. If you take out the ones that are like, Lido and a few ones here and there, between the top three, you take them out, there's only $15 billion locked in. When we were doing the bull run, look at this. DeFi was 177 billion. What is that? 41 divided by 177. It's 23% the size. 23%. And how is it going to grow when confidence every day is being attacked? Look at what happened today. And these are the projects that aren't really even being talked about or even on these lists from Certec and the other ones for hacking, right? So this one was at $23 million. Look at it now. $421,000 liquidity. It went all the way to $25,000. The liquidity got pulled. Okay, went all the way down, and now supposedly they're starting to add liquidity. I don't know if it's true or not. Who knows? It could be same people manipulating it, taking people for another ride. It literally fell to nothing. And you're seeing all these trades going on. I don't know. And then this was base Ethereum was where some people in my community lost it, because this is a tomb fork where they were staking those tokens to earn the share token. And guess what? Their whole LP went basically to nothing overnight. Now it's slowly coming back. Hopefully they're able to add liquidity. But, this is the thing. When a project like this rug pulls, this is why I brought this up. It affects other projects. There's this domino. There's this whole domino that happens. It's not just, oh, you know what? A bunch of people lost $10 million worth of liquidity here, or 5 million, or whatever it was. This is 28 million, but obviously only half of it would have been, wrapped ETH. So they took half of it, but it affects other projects like this. Now this project's lock value fell, and this is not being measured. So a lot of this stuff's not even being measured out here because this is a brand new protocol that just launched. And then if you go to DeFi, if you look at just what's going on, trading platform Mango losses 117 million. Sushi Swap got hacked. I mean, it's just endless. Those are just some. DeFi is dead, guys. And you know who's killing it? It's people that aren't following the lessons of the past bull run. Why didn't I get into this? A bunch of people were talking about it in my community. Why didn't I get into it? Why didn't I get into this in the first day? Because I usually wait 2 to 3 weeks before I enter any project. You know why? Because where they're most vulnerable is during these pump phases where something can happen. Now, if you're planning on buying and getting out really quickly for a quick flip, that's different. But if you're trying to do a liquidity yield farming, well, you're going to be in it for a few weeks. Why would you get into this in the first day or two? Wait a little bit of time. Wait to see what happens. It's the same thing with tomb forks. A lot of people jump into them because they're like the high APY and the gen pools. But you don't know who runs them. I actually know who runs this. A really good guy. He's only 16, 17 years old. But however, at the same time, he can't control what's happening over here. Can't control this. Can't control it. If he adds this pool, which is what he did, well, then a bunch of people in his community got rugged, which sucks because now they're looking at him like, hey, why'd you even list this? Who do you blame? And I had to tell a lot of people, it's not base Ethereum's fault that this happened to you. It's the whoever rugged bald. It's whoever rugged this, whoever set this up. Those are the people you should be mad at. Unfortunately, we don't know what's going on here. Supposedly, they're supposed to add back liquidity, and they're trying to do it. Or I've seen some big buys in here, and that's why it shot up to 4 cents. But these things don't work. Once you go down so low and you want to add liquidity, it shoot it up, and all this stuff. People sell right into it. It's just a doggy dog world, and that's the problem. There is nothing safe. Everything has become a danger zone in DeFi. The views are gone. Very few people will even listen to this at the end of the day. Next bull run, it's going to be absolutely nuts, guys. There's going to be more rug pulls than ever. I can see months with billions and billions of dollars being lost to theft. And the thing about it is, when you see these kind of numbers, you wonder why we haven't grown. Look at this chart. Look how dangerous this looks. We're basically well over a year now of no growth in DeFi. Think about that. Bitcoin's gone up. Ethereum's gone up. Bitcoin's almost doubled basically from its lows, but DeFi hasn't. Ethereum's doubled from its lows. DeFi is dead, and it's going to continue to remain dead till people stop funding the hackers, or there's a way to stop these things. Regulations, I don't think is going to fix it because these are hacks. So, I don't know really what to do. Even if those markets were regulated, I really don't know what you could do to stop it, But DeFi has a serious problem, and I'm actually not sure if DeFi in 2023 and 2024 is going to have any growth. If you're a DeFi YouTuber, you're just screwed. You're screwed. You're going to basically be, if you're out here, you're basically going to be selling people, crappy projects that are going to go bust in a month or two. That's just what it is now, because they're not going to make it. There isn't enough money. And this is really what's happening. Until this is solved, which I don't think it will be, I think we could go into a bull run, and that bull run will not include DeFi. That's what's really scary. So if you're out here in DeFi and you think you're going to make money on Tomb Fork, you think you're going to make money on, this fork or that thing and the new fork and the new protocol, I don't know if that's going to happen to you. I don't know. Everyone's kind of waiting, but you might be just waiting and waiting and waiting. And if you're a DeFi YouTuber hoping your clicks and your views come back, sorry to tell you, you're going to have to wait a long time. You might want to just start a channel trading NBA or baseball cards, because it'll probably get more views if you're counting on the income. I know some are actually counting on the income, but it's going to be rough, guys. It's just what it is. It's going to be rough. It's not going to get better. You know, and I actually looked at some of these and the revenues that they make. You know, it's crazy. Some of these revenues are so low now. I don't think a lot of you remember, but I saw MetaMask in here. Yeah, look at this, $73,000 revenues. MetaMask used to make $1 million a day. Think about that. They were making $1 million a day. They're only making 7%. That means they're down 93% from their revenues over a year ago. Can you imagine being down 93% in your business? These guys were making over $300 million at one point. The numbers were enormous. Now they're tiny, minuscule numbers. And it's the same thing. If you look at the 24-hour revenues, you know, MakerDAO is the biggest one. I mean, can you imagine? Look at this. Avalanche being a major blockchain, they only make $26,000 in revenues and what? $210,000 in fees. That's it. Like, and that's over a 7-day period. I mean, it's a major blockchain. GMX, major project. They don't make that much money. This is over 7 days. They're still doing a little bit over 100 grand, but the numbers aren't that big anymore. You know, and the revenues, it's just not that big. It's really becoming a very niche, small market with smaller and smaller hands because people are getting wrecked. And I had some people even in my community got wrecked today. Tell me I'm done. I don't blame them. And that's what's going on. People are still leaving. And I don't know what the solution is here. But you might want to just buy some Bitcoin or some Ethereum and hold, because don't count on DeFi coming back. It's done. The views are done. The shilling is done. It's all done. The drama might even end. It might not be anything to talk about. It's just going that way. Discords are dead. The YouTubes are dead. The YouTubers are dying. There ain't nothing out here. It is what it is. It sucks. There's probably going to be a few projects here and there that are any good. I would say limited, very, very limited. And that's it. And that's what it is. You know, Stargate, I've heard some good things about this one. I got to look into this. But, you know, like you find few things here and there. You can probably... You know, I own some Abracadabra from back in the day. I still have some that I just left. I should have sold it, but you know, I made a profit on it and I held my bag that I had for free. Should have sold that too. But you know, like, you know, this was a huge protocol at one point. All they have is $198 million in there. These have billions of dollars in there. TVL. It's crazy. Anyway, guys, please look at DeFi Llama. Keep an eye on this. If you think DeFi is going to make a comeback, this is where you'll see it first. It looked like it was going to make a comeback here from 38, but really we only went to like 46 and we're kind of back down. And unless these hacks stop and these exploits stop, it ain't coming. We're over 2 years back. If you look at this data from where DeFi was, can you imagine DeFi is the same size it was in 2021? 2021 has not grown in 2.5 years. I don't think it will. So be careful. DeFi is not where it's at. I might even change my channel, to be very honest with you at this point. I don't think there's a point of covering too many DeFi projects. I don't think it's going to come back anytime soon. I'm thinking about a pivot myself because there's just no point. It's getting to the point where there is no point. There is no views. There is no appetite. There is nothing. Everyone's getting rugged and it doesn't matter. And I've been getting hammered on even stuff I know shouldn't be getting hammered on. I don't put a lot of money in it anymore because I'm like, I don't know. And I'm getting hammered on them. And it's not helping that you got government also cracking down on some of these DeFi projects. You know, like you saw what happened to HEX and Pulse today. That's a DeFi project. Well, they're going to get hammered. And all that is all kind of making this big old mess even bigger. And it is what it is at the end of the day. And I've literally seen people who are big YouTubers, big guys on Twitter doing DeFi literally vanish. I've seen a multitude of people just vanish and they're just done with it. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. It is what it is. Anyway, guys, take care. Best of luck.